Hello everyone, this is Movie Reviews for Life, and this is going to be the start of a top 10 list of my favorite Batman the Animated Series episodes of Volume 1 of the DVD set. Now there was, I would say, probably a good 65 to 85 episodes made for Season 1 before it was made into Season 2, which was retitled The Adventures of Batman and Robin for the Batman Forever film. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go buy the box sets, the DVD box sets, which only have about 28 episodes per set. So this could be the top 10 of Season 1, Volume 1. And yes, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this individually. Each episode I will try to put up one a week at least, because I am going to be out, and so I figured just give one a week, give you kind of a plot. I'm going to start off with a plot synopsis, like who directed, who voice casted it, and then plot synopsis, as well as a short review. And this by no means that I'm saying like number 9 is a better episode than number 10. It's just my top 10, and this is the order that I'm going to put them in, because taste always changes. I remember when I was younger, I liked certain episodes that now I think are okay, but I like these episodes more than I did when I was a kid. And so my taste changes. So I'm not going to say this is my definitive list, but it is going to be a list that I would say is a great way to start off. At the end of my top 10, when I finally reach number 1, I will also either put into that video the top 5 runners-up, or make another video with that. And right now I'm currently watching Volume 2 box set, because I'm going to do Volume 2 thing and so on. And depending on how I feel or what goes on in my life, from now on until then, I might move on to Superman and Justice League and so on. So this will kind of take the place of the commentary series I was doing for now, until I'm better equipped to do a commentary series. Alright, so let's get started. Number 10, we got Two-Face. This is a 2-part episode, which I really enjoyed. Basically, Harvey Dent, which is voiced by Richard Mall, who people might remember as Bull from Night Court. He's also in a Cradle of Filth video, Her Ghost in the Fog. He basically he reprises his role as DA Harvey Dent, who in this episode we discover has kind of a split personality called Big Bad Harv. And through some through the crime boss Rupert Thorne, he ends up forced to kind of confront that side of him. And we know basically what happens. He gets scarred and becomes Two-Face. And the second half of the episode, the second half of the 2-parter, basically deals with him trying to kind of overthrow Rupert Thorne as crime boss. Kind of making a name for himself, and of course getting his revenge on Rupert Thorne. Along the way, we see his fiancée, Grace Lamont, who is voiced by Murphy Cross, and she's kind of based off of Grace Dent from the comic books, which I did read The Long Halloween, which came after this episode, but so she was in that. She doesn't make another appearance in the animated series or any the spin-offs or continuing shows, but she does make appearances in the comics that connect to this series: Batman and Robin Adventures number 1 and Adventures number 2. Basically, I mean, obviously Kevin Conroy's Bruce Wayne, Bob Hastings, Commissioner Gordon, Ephraim Zimbalist Jr. as Alfred Pennyworth. Maratha Vaughn does make an appearance as Summer Gleason. I'm not going to read off all of them, just because some of them are just kind of pointless names, but we do have Linda Gary as Dr. Nora Crest. which she actually is in a really, I really enjoy the scene because she's basically hypnotizing Harvey into turning into Big Bad Harv. This is the first, well, not really the first, because the first hints at Harvey Dent becoming Two-Face was actually in the pilot episode on Leather Wings. There's a quick scene. It's a quick scene where we see Harvey in the shadows flipping a coin, and that's kind of a little nod. But in airing order, I guess this would be the first. I'm not sure because I don't remember which episode aired first. But as she's talking to him, there's like this flash lightning, and you see the Two-Face. You see his look as Two-Face, which is kind of cool. We do get John Vernon, who plays the voice of Rupert Thorne, the kind of the Falcone of the series. I kind of consider I kind of consider Thorne to be the Falcone of the series, and either Roland Daggett or Stromwell to be the Maroni of the series. Which sadly they don't go past this initial Fox TV series. When the show's revamped later on, we only get Thorne in the TV movie Batman: Mystery of the Batwoman. Well, my initial thoughts on the episode is that it's a really good episode. Does it need 2 parts? I can't really say. There is a lot of filler, but considering up to this point we only had him in a brief image in the pilot, as well as the episode with Poison Ivy, which, like I said, I don't remember if this aired before or after those episodes, but up until now we didn't get a lot of info on who Harvey Dent is, his relationship to Bruce Wayne, Grace, or anything like that. So I guess they needed to kind of add that padding for us to care about the person. So I guess I can kind of understand it. A lot of the times 2-parters tend to not really need the 2 parts. It's kind of just, we need to fill in this extra episode, let's make a 2-parter, or a 3-parter, whatever. The animation, it's one of my favorite animations is this particular series, and it does go back to the Fleischer cartoons. I remember as a kid, I didn't care for the enemies Superman fought because they were just plain old gangsters or mad scientists. They weren't Lex Luthor or anything, but I love the animation. It's very realistic, and it's definitely brought back into here. It's really a shame that animation isn't the way it used to be. Like, you don't see, like, I was just watching an episode today, which does kind of fall into my top 10 for volume 2, and you can see where some coloring blended in with another coloring, and I just like seeing that imperfections. It just kind of makes it feel more real, I guess. But I would probably give this 4 out of 4 stars. There's not really much more that I can say about this episode. I love the music, and of course, Shirley Walker does an amazing job on these characters' theme songs. It makes you really kind of, especially when you get to see what this criminal or this persona on, you kind of feel for the person. Like, you just hope that they kind of get some sort of redemption, and of course they never do. And it's really well made. I did forget to mention, okay, and this is my first video, I did forget to mention the director was Kevin Altieri, and the story was done by Alan Burnett with teleplay by Randy Rogel. I am reading this off of the DC Animated Wiki, just to kind of make sure I get my facts straight. This is number 10.